about this just a few seconds ago. And one of the things that I want to bring up here is the LeBron James thing again. And I got into an argument on Facebook. Yeah, these idiots coming at me. Oh, well, LeBron James, he was going to get treatment. You're just a hater. I'm not a hater. He's one of the greatest players to ever play the game. He's a top 5 player of all time.
The greatest player.
No, he's not. But anyway, and he proved it the other night when he walked off the court again before the game was over and left his teammates hanging.
Facts.
Anyway, one of the greatest players of all time, and that's not even questionable. He's an all-time great. But to leave your team hanging and, I was going to get treatment. You weren't going to get treatment. You were butthurt. And you've done this throughout the course of your career. When your team is getting whooped, you go get treatment. Okay? If your team was up by 30, you would have been on the bench laughing, joking around with your teammates. If your team was up by 20, you'd have been on the bench playing around with your teammates. If your team was up by 5 or 10, you'd still be in the game. If your team was down by 5 or 10, you'd still be in the game. But because your team was down by 30, you're too good to get embarrassed. And so you walk off the court and you say it's to go get treatment. Maybe you did go get treatment. But you could have waited that 6 minutes and stayed out there with. Instead, you leave your teammates out there like you're too good. You're better than them. You don't need to get embarrassed. They're embarrassing you by losing by 30 points. Well, maybe in the first half, instead of passing the ball all over the place, maybe you take the team on your back and take a couple more shots, Mr. LeBron James. Maybe you go and do the things that you need to do to win instead of leaving your team hanging in the balance. But no, they get down by 30. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. It's crap.
No, I mean, I agree 100%. Here's the deal. I think he probably did go back and get treatment. But if you genuinely think that LeBron James went back there just for treatment, you're an idiot. I'm sorry. Like, I don't mean to call you out like that. But here's the deal. If you think LeBron James went back there just for treatment, you are severely wrong and severely incorrect, and you need to go get yourself checked, all right? Because he was not at all going back there just for treatment. He was going back there because they were down 30. Every camera in the entire gym was pointed at him. And he knew when he tried to leave that stadium in 5 minutes and 38 seconds, or whatever it was, that he was going to get a shower of questions as he tried to leave. So what did he do? He wanted to beat the traffic. In a sense, he wanted to get out. Why do you think fans leave when their teams are down 30? Because they don't want to hear the other fan bases. They're leaving, cheering and heckling them and all this stuff. LeBron James left for that exact same reason. Like I said, I don't doubt that he probably went back and got treatment. LeBron James takes care of his body better than any athlete ever of all time, maybe other than it's either Tom or LeBron. It's either Tom Brady or LeBron. They take so much care of their body. So I don't doubt that he went back for treatment at all. I'm sure, I can almost guarantee he did. But if you think at all that that's the reason why he went back there, you're crazy. You are absolutely crazy. He went back there because he did not want the shower of questions, booze, and everything going along with it.
So you guys are telling me that since he was down by 30, he had to stay on the bench for 5 more minutes, for 10 more minutes.
You're the leader of your team.
What is the big deal about walking off the court 5 minutes early when you're down by 30? When you're not even going to be playing the game. They had people in the 5th row playing like in that last 5 minutes of the game. What is the big deal? He needed treatment on that ankle. Go get treatment. It doesn't matter if it was at halftime or 15 minutes into the third quarter, or it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what time it was. It doesn't matter who it is. We see players walk off the court early all the time. We see players walk off the football field all the time. Chad Johnson comes to mind. He walked off with like 2.5 minutes left. And like in Combs, you bring up a great point. If it was like if they were up by 5 or down by 5, he would still be in the game. You are absolutely correct on that. So would all of the other starters. But the simple fact is that they had nobody left on there. So why not go get treatment early?
Yeah,
Combs, I got a question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
when you're a Marine, you're a veteran, okay? And I know this is basketball; it's not warfare. It's totally different, but it still has to do with leadership. If you're in the middle of a battle of some kind in the military, did your general ever once just walk away with 5 minutes left, or with a short amount of remaining time? It never happens, right?
No.
It's a part of leadership.
That is
You
apples to
stay there
oranges. That's
with
apples to
your
oranges.
crew.
You would be
It
on the
is apples
biz
to
laughing and
oranges.
joking on the.
But you don't leave your team. You don't walk away from your team to let them take the rest of the loss on their own. You just don't do it. And when you do it,